You hear this unmistakable buzzing sound. You should know you are in trouble.
For a long time, we have always seen China being labeled as the copycat nation in terms of technology, but now it seems that US had to become a copycat too when it comes to drone warfare. We are talking about the recently deployed Lucas drones, which the US used in strikes on Iran, signaling a massive shift in modern warfare.
US Central Command's drone task force, called Task Force Scorpion Strike, launched countless one-way attack drones, achieving massive effects. I'd like to point out these drones were originally an Iranian design. We took them back to America, made them better, and fired them right back at Iran.
The Ukraine-Russia war proved to everyone that the Iranian drones, specifically the Shahed series, were way more advanced in their practical application than many realized. It showed that even advanced Western air defense systems could easily be overwhelmed by swarms of these relatively cheap drones. Even without complex onboard intelligence, and often just following pre-programmed GPS coordinates, they managed to overwhelm layered air defense systems through sheer volume and persistence. Advanced missile shields worth millions were being triggered by drones that cost a fraction of that.
And it is completely unsustainable to fire $1 million interceptor at a cheap drone.
Realizing this capability gap, reports suggest the US got a few of these downed Iranian drones shipped from Ukraine, had to reverse engineer them, and came up with their own version. The low-cost unmanned combat attack system, or Lucas drones.
An Iranian drone, the Shahed 136 Kamikaze. The Iranians have been working on this for years. The U.S. got a hold of one. They had engineers take it apart and say, let's build a better version of it. That's what they have done.
The United States Central Command confirmed this as the first combat use of the experimental system. Lucas is what's known as a loitering munition, in that it is a one-way drone designed to launch, fly to its target area, loiter in the air, and then self-detonate. It combines the persistence of a surveillance drone with the destructive purpose of a missile, and in terms of pricing, the American Lucas is estimated at around $35,000 per unit, which is more expensive than the roughly $20,000 price tag associated with Iran's Shahed 136. But let's get into the features of each in detail to know which one is the most advanced. The US Lucas drone is roughly 10 feet or 3 meters, long with an 8-foot or 2.4 meter wingspan. While the exact payload capacity is not public, it is believed to carry around 40 pounds or roughly 18 kilograms of explosives. It cruises at a speed of 74 knots, which is about 137 kilometers per hour, with a dash speed of up to 105 knots, or 194 kilometers per hour. As you will realize shortly, this is way below the payload and sustained speed capabilities of its Iranian counterpart, despite the American version costing way more to make.
Back there, which means very low heat signature, hard to track. And up front, it can carry about 40 pounds of high explosives.
When it comes to range, it is believed the Lucas can cover about 444 miles, or roughly 715 kilometers. But a key feature of these loitering munitions is their ability to stay airborne. And in the case of the Lucas drone, it can stay up for about 6 hours, waiting for the best time to strike. And during this loitering phase, it can provide valuable surveillance data back to its operators. But I think one of the standout features of Lucas is its flexible launch mechanisms. It can be launched using catapults, rocket-assisted takeoff systems, and even mobile ground or vehicle-mounted platforms, like we saw the drone being deployed from a US warship recently in this clip. That flexibility makes it adaptable across different combat scenarios, from forward operating bases to rapid deployment environments. But maybe its most advanced feature lies in autonomous coordination, and this, of course, is thanks to the leading AI companies being based in the US, because Lucas drones are designed to operate autonomously and coordinate with one another through a mesh network. This allows for swarming attacks and network-centric strikes where multiple drones share targeting data in real time and adjust their flight paths dynamically, and overwhelm defenses as a group rather than acting as isolated units. Now let's look at the Iranian side. The Shahed 136 measures about 3.5 meters in length with a wingspan of roughly 2.5 meters and has a total weight of around 200 kilograms, which in theory should make it more expensive than the US one, but for some unknown reasons, it's cheaper than the Lucas drone. And maybe products made in the US are just meant to be expensive. According to the US Army's Operational Environment Data Integration Network training portal, the baseline Shahed 136, which is powered by a small 50 horsepower internal combustion engine, has a top speed of around 100 knots or 185 kilometers per hour. Its maximum range is about 1,242 miles, and if we convert it to metric units, this is about 2,000 kilometers when carrying an 88-pound warhead, which is about 40 kilograms. Of course, that is more than double the estimated payload of Lucas, and it is said that the Shahed 136 drone was originally designed primarily to strike static targets based on targeting data programmed in before launch, but the US drone can target moving targets because of the AI superiority.
The Shahed is the AK-47 of the skies. It carries a deadly explosive payload, but relies on a low-tech part. The range goes up to 2,500 kilometers, covering everything from the Mediterranean coast to the furthest reaches of the Arabian Peninsula.
The Shahed 136 can stay airborne for about 10 hours, giving it more loitering time compared to the 6 hours of Lucas. That extended endurance allows it to wait longer for optimal strike timing or travel much deeper into enemy territory. And despite being considered simple in its baseline configuration, its effectiveness in the Ukraine war demonstrated that sophistication is not always about advanced onboard AI. Sometimes it is about range, endurance, affordability, and the ability to overwhelm defense systems through numbers. The Iranian drone also comes with autonomy capabilities. It is designed as a one-way attack drone that can operate autonomously, processing visual data mid-flight and refining targeting without direct human control. That capability enhances its battlefield effectiveness, allowing it to conduct strikes independently from its launch point and adjust to changing conditions. All these baseline specifications already show that the Iranian version has advantages in payload, endurance, and range. In simple terms, it can fly farther, stay up longer, and hit harder. That is why many analysts argue that the US is playing catch-up in this particular category of drone warfare, and Iran over the years has introduced newer versions. The Shahed 238, for example, it is said to incorporate new guidance systems, including radar and electro-optical or infrared guidance, along with jet propulsion. Earlier versions mostly relied on inertial and GPS navigation for fixed targets, but newer variants expand flexibility and targeting sophistication. When you put all these features side by side, the Iranian version appears more advanced in terms of raw range, endurance, and payload capacity. It flies farther, carries more explosive weight, and stays in the air longer, which according to me, it's obvious that in this specific category, the United States is indeed playing catch up. But now the biggest advantage that the US has over Iran lies in advanced AI ecosystems and integration capabilities. American systems benefit from cutting-edge artificial intelligence frameworks and defense software architecture developed by leading technology firms such as Anthropic. These AI systems can enhance target recognition, swarm coordination, adaptive routing, and electronic countermeasures, allowing Lucas drones to operate more intelligently in heavily contested airspace.
Обычного модемчик, антенна раз, антенна два, антенна три. Тут то же самое, раз, два, три. Все как обычно. Модем, флешка, всякая хуйня полетная. Самое главное и интересное. Парам! Он видел, куда летел, и нихуево видел. И судя по вот этому стеклышку, тут еще и тепловизор. Так что пиздует он уверенно. Новинка, не ждали? Встречайте. Вот так вот. Как-то так.